Heavenly Revelations. 7. Miraculous truths confirmed for the chosen one's divine purpose. In the tranquil village of Westbury, where time seemed to fold into itself like the rolling hills that embraced it, a profound urgency brewed. The air was thick with an electric anticipation, whisperings of divine revelations flickering like candles in the twilight. It was here, among blooming wildflowers and the dulcet chimes of church bells, that Sarah prayed. Her son Daniel fought an unseen battle, clinging to life, leaving her heart teetering between faith and despair. One evening, as she knelt before the altar of their modest church, her sanctuary bathed in the golden glow of flickering candles, Sarah felt the air shimmer with promise. Around her the villagers gathered, their voices woven together in a tapestry of hope. Together they urged the intercession of St. Jude, the patron of desperate causes, each prayer rising like incense, enfolding Sarah in a warm embrace of love and belief. Suddenly, the soft sound of rustling wings filled the air. The atmosphere thickened and whispers erupted amongst the congregation. Some claimed to see a radiant figure hovering above the altar, a silhouette clothed in pure light, beckoning Sarah closer. Her soul stirred. This was no ordinary moment. The words of a mystical prophecy began to echo in her mind, revealing 7 miraculous truths linked to Daniel's healing, destined to reshape their lives forever. As the weeks passed, an elderly priest, Father Thomas, known for his gentle wisdom and prophetic utterances, delivered a message that rattled even Sarah's firmest beliefs. In times of great trial, we are called to remember, he said, his voice a sonorous balm over the anxious crowd. 7 miraculous truths await the faithful. Gasps filled the room as excitement crackled, yet lurking skeptics weaved doubt into anticipation. What if the truths promised were mere illusions? Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. Hope surged anew when a miraculous healing took place, witnessed by villagers under the same star-studded sky. Whispers of the impossible stirred doubt against the backdrop of renewed faith, yet Sarah's heart quaked with uncertainty. Could belief truly upend the weight of medical certainty? As Sarah began to drift from the sacred traditions to pursue alternative treatments, an emptiness plagued her spirit. She felt lost in a fog of doubt, her spiral a stark contrast to the thunderous excitement of the village. But then, a divine confrontation awaited. Standing beneath the fading light of dusk, prayer trembling upon her lips, Sarah faced the crossroads, faith or despair. At that moment, as if the heavens parted, an incandescent light engulfed her. Radiant energy crackled around her and divine whispers swirled like a gentle breeze, touching hearts and igniting spirits. The village held its breath, united once again in reverence. As they embraced this inexplicable energy, Sarah's heart swelled with warmth, but uncertainties lingered like shadows. Had they truly understood the divine purpose uncovered? As the sun dipped below the hills, casting a warm glow over the village, anticipation crackled in the air like the first breath of dawn. Would destiny unveil its hand, leading them to greater miracles yet? Perhaps the journey had only just begun, inviting both Sarah and her community to embrace faith anew. Night descended softly over Westbury, enveloping the village in a cocoon of calm. The flickering lanterns along the cobblestone streets cast dancing shadows, and in this sacred silence, prayers rose like sweet incense, filling the night with expectancy. Each villager clung to the hope bestowed upon them, the 7 miraculous truths that would bring healing and renewal. At the heart of this awakening was Sarah. The light she had felt moments before lingered within her like a gentle flame. It compelled her to seek the truth of those revelations. As the pride of her faith wove through her thoughts, doubts seeped back, slicing through her spirit like a winter chill. Could she truly believe in the impossible? Her heart ached for Daniel, who lay in a distant room shrouded in the sterile embrace of medical machinery. What if the divine whispers had meant to offer solace yet left her more lost than found? In those heavy moments, Sarah found herself under the sprawling oak tree outside the church, the whispers of past prayers resonating in her ears. She closed her eyes and found herself dancing between her yearning and her fears. "Guide me," she breathed, as she felt a cool breeze caressing her face and stirring her hair. She opened her eyes, and in that moment, felt as if the universe leaned in closer. Father Thomas joined her beneath the oak, his presence steady and reassuring like the tree itself. He offered her a warm smile, the kind that seemed to wash away the shadows of doubt. "The miraculous truths will not just come. They require our willingness to embrace love, hope, and faith fully," he whispered, his voice soft yet powerful in its gentility. "What if we are unworthy of such miracles?" Sarah asked, vulnerability flooding her voice. "But what if we have been chosen? What if the very act of seeking this desire to heal, to love, is the key?" His words cascaded over her, lifting her spirit like the morning sun dispersing the mist. In that moment, something powerful ignited within Sarah. She felt a connection to the villagers around her, a sense of urgency shared in a collective heartbeat. It was as if they were standing on a precipice together, ready to leap into the unknown for their beloved. She realized that faith was not a stagnant belief but an active pursuit, a journey marked by courage amidst uncertainty. As dawn painted the sky with strokes of gold and pink, the villagers began to gather, forming a circle around the oak tree. Each individual held a flickering candle, representing their own hopes and prayers. With hands clasped together, a palpable energy flickered between them like the flames they held. Sarah felt a divine pulse vibrate through her, connecting every heart in that circle. Uncertainty began to shimmer with the possibility of hope, and together they offered up a chorus of prayer, voices intertwining in a melody so pure that the heavens seemed to listen. "Heal us, Lord. Guide us. Make us vessels of your love and hope." A silence followed their cry. It was the kind of silence that urged them to lean forward, to sit with faith's tension and anticipation. Then suddenly the candles flickered as if kissed by an unseen breeze, pulling their attention upward. A figure, once again cloaked in soft light, appeared above them, casting a warm glow that ignited their hearts anew. Juxtaposed against the sky's brilliance, they felt the weight of divine eyes upon them, as if the infinite awaited their response. "Embrace your faith," the figure seemed to call, reverberating through the very marrow of their bones. As the sparks of divine connection flew like shooting stars, they wondered, what would this new chapter bring? What revelations awaited on the horizon? In that electrifying moment, they understood they were not alone. Could their journey illuminate even deeper truths? What other mysteries lay beyond the veil, just waiting for their leap of faith? As the dawn's light broke over Westbury, a hush enveloped the villagers. It was a moment suspended in time, a divine pause. They stood together, hearts beating as one, gathered under the ancient oak that had seen generations of prayer and hope. The figure bathed in soft light hovered above them, and an unspoken awareness passed through the crowd, a mix of awe and anticipation. "Look within," the bright presence seemed to breathe, its voice a gentle whisper that unfurled like petals in bloom. "The answers you seek are woven into the fabric of your souls." In that collective heartbeat, Sarah felt something shift. A sudden warmth spread from her core, as if the figure had breathed life into the very aspirations she had clung to in her darkest moments. Could it really be? She wondered, her thoughts dancing like the golden rays spilling across the sky. Father Thomas's voice broke through the silence. "We must act. Faith calls us to respond, to embody what we believe. This figure comes not merely as a witness, but as a spark." His encouragement ignited a fire within the villagers, urging them to remember the miracles of love they had shared in their lives. Inspired, Sarah stepped forward, igniting courage that she hadn't felt before. "If we truly believe, then let us show it. Each of us has a role to play in this divine promise." She raised her candle high, the flickering flame catching the eyes of those around her. Each person mirroring her gesture, the circle grew tighter, hands clasped more firmly, the light of their candles radiating against the encroaching dawn. "What if the 7 truths were not just proclamations but invitations for us to act?" murmured Miriam, a fellow villager, her voice clear yet trembling. "What if they are the stepping stones we must follow?" As they pondered the weight of her words, the figure above them shifted as if smiling down on the seekers below. "Yes, my beloveds, the paths of truth are lit by faith and propelled by action," it echoed, a symphony of gentle chords cascading upon their eager hearts. At that moment, the villagers resolved to embark on a mission. What had once felt like distant hopes began to mold into action. "We will share our stories. We will witness," echoed one voice, then another. They recalled the moments of miracle in their lives, the ailing healed, the lost found, loves renewed. Each shared testimony shaped their understanding of the divine truths guiding them. As they exchanged stories of hope, laughter danced among them once steeped in fear and doubt. The air swirled with a rekindled spirit, suffused with purpose, the very essence of community. Sarah's heart swelled with gratitude. "We are the chosen ones, bound not by our fears but by our willingness to believe in what can unfold." Yet with every rising presence of hope came the chilling reminder of Daniel, in that sterile room far from the embrace of their unity. A shadow crossed Sarah's heart. Was she being called to act for him as well? Could her faith reach beyond her own reality? The figure above them glowed ever brighter as if sensing her internal struggle. To believe in love is to also believe in its power to transcend all boundaries. Embrace this truth. With tears trickling down her cheeks, Sarah felt the gravity of those words settling in. It sparked a thought. Perhaps the miraculous truths required a leap of faith not only from her but for Daniel too. Could her devotion unlock something far greater than she dared imagine? Before her racing thoughts could settle, the figure seemed to pulse with energy, beckoning her closer. In that sacred moment she realized, this is just the beginning. What awaited them down this road of faith and action? What extraordinary shifts would arise from their collective journey? The path stretched out before them, mysterious, yet full of promise. As the light danced around them, the looming questions hung in the air, vibrating with possibility. How would their faith transform their reality? Would they be ready to embrace it? The air vibrated with a newfound energy as the villagers stood beneath the ancient oak, cloaked in the warmth of oneness. The gentle voice above them lingered in their hearts, an invitation that seemed to crack open the very heavens. Sarah glanced around, witnessing flickers of hope igniting in the eyes of her neighbors. "Let's share our stories then," she exclaimed, her pulse quickening. "What have we witnessed? What miracles have shaped our lives?" The call echoed through the crowd, each soul stirred to reflect on the divine moments they had experienced. As if compelled by a magnetic force, one by one, villagers began to step forward. Old Miss Agnes, her frail frame vibrating with energy, took a deep breath. "When my husband fell ill," she began, her voice steady yet warm, "I prayed with all my heart. One day the doctor told me there was nothing more they could do, but I didn't lose hope." She paused, allowing her words to sink in. "I gathered our community, and together we prayed. Miraculously, he was healed. It was a gift, a blessing we all witnessed." The crowd murmured, a wave of awe washing over them. Her words lingered like fragrant blossoms in their minds, each testimony planting seeds of faith that began to take root. Young David, his youthful exuberance shining through, couldn't contain his excitement. "I was lost. Running with the wrong crowd, I thought I'd never find my way back." He looked directly at his friend beside him. "But one day I found a letter, a simple note from Father Thomas. It invited me to youth group." The collective breath held in anticipation, prompting David's confession. "That invite changed my life. I met friends who became family. I found purpose." Joyful laughter erupted, binding them together. Sarah felt her heart swell as each person stepped forward to share, moments of divine intervention that seemed to pour forth an unending fountain of gratitude. Then came Miriam again, voice trembling. I remember after losing my job I had no hope left, but just when I thought all was lost, a stranger approached and offered me a kind word. It felt like more than kindness, like God's voice whispering to me. She paused for a moment, her eyes reflecting the sacred glow from above. That same week, I not only found a new job, but a community that believed in me. As they shared, tears mingled with laughter, the echoes of their stories creating a tapestry of faith that stretched beyond their physical realm. Each cry of hope built upon the last, their bonds deepening with each truth revealed. Yet amidst the joy encircling them, Sarah couldn't shake off the weight of her own heartache, a tether to her absent Daniel. The figure pulsed, encouraging her deeper within herself. Is my faith strong enough? She pondered silently. Can it truly break through every barrier? Caught in her thoughts, her voice suddenly spilled forth. What if our collective faith reaches him? What if we can call forth his healing through our love? Sparks ignited in her statement, others nodding, eyes brightening with the possibility. Could the raw power of their unity transcend distance? The figure above them gleamed with an intensity that broadened Sarah's understanding. Yes, my children, love can shatter walls. Your faith can traverse every divide. With newfound determination, whispers began to weave through the gathering. Let's pray for him. And just as the last word passed through their lips, the great light above them dimmed ever so slightly, shifting, revealing a path pulsating with divine energy that beckoned them to continue. It was clearer now. Together they could forge a wondrous journey, becoming radiant vessels of faith. What awaited them as they stepped forth, hearts entwined? Could their love and belief in Daniel awaken the miracle their souls longed for? The dawn was turning, and the light deepened in intensity. Would they follow it, without knowing where it led? As the villagers joined hands beneath the sprawling oak, the air pulsed with an undeniable energy, a tangible sense of purpose. Each breath they took felt sanctified, soaked in hope and love for one another. Sarah closed her eyes for a moment, allowing the warmth of their joined spirits to envelop her. She could feel the heartbeat of the earth beneath her feet, the whispers of the divine urging them forward. Together we rise, she murmured, a mantra that floated gently on the air. It grounded them, reminding everyone that they weren't just individuals sharing stories. They were a family woven together by the same divine thread. With hearts emboldened, they began to pray. The words flowed freely like streams of light cascading toward the heavens. Each prayer became an offering, raw and sincere, a request for healing, a plea for guidance, a celebration of gratitude. The sound of their voices filled the air, weaving a powerful harmony that danced among the leaves overhead. Lord, hear our cries, boomed Father Thomas, his voice deep and resonating. We come to you as one. Heal not just Daniel, but all who are lost. Lift the burdens that weigh heavily on our hearts. Let our faith shine as a beacon of hope. A ripple of fervent amens filled the space like a wave crashing against the shore. Sarah felt the power of those words surge through her, electrifying her belief. She opened her eyes, and the light above brightened, illuminating the faces around her, their features aglow with determination and faith. As the prayer faded, a hush fell over the gathering, a sacred silence that only deepened their connection. Then suddenly, the light above them flared, casting a shimmering aurora about them, and from its brilliance, a new voice emerged, deep and angelic. Children of faith, the voice resounded, resonating like a gentle breeze. The path you seek lies ahead, but it is not without trials. Your destination demands courage and trust. Gasps echoed through the crowd, but Sarah held firm, her heart racing. What do we do next? She called out, her voice unwavering against the divine chorus. Embrace your journey, the voice replied, and the light began to shift again, revealing a path that shimmered with transformative potential. Each step you take will test your faith. You will encounter fears, doubts, and distractions. But within you, a miracle brews, an awakening that awaits. For not only will you seek healing for Daniel, but the journey will heal your own souls. A soft murmur of realization rolled through the villagers. Each of them deep down bore scars, fears and questions they had tucked away for too long. Letting go felt daunting, but here, under the oak, they could feel the pull of something greater than themselves. "What do we need to do?" David asked, his youthful energy pulsating through him like an electric current. "Take turns being the anchor," came the reply. "Through shared prayers, laughter, even silences, you shall find strength in one another. You'll learn that love is not just a feeling to carry alone, but a communal force that shifts mountains and opens hearts." With each word that floated down from the divine, Sarah felt the chains of her worry begin to crack. They were on the brink of something magnificent. Together they could forge their own destinies, not just as a village, but as a beacon of unwavering belief. "Let us move forward. Let us shine." Sarah felt her voice surge, echoing among the villagers and pulling them into a shared vision. With every eye fixated on the shimmering path, they took a collective breath. Hands clasped tighter, hearts unified, they took their first step into the light. What awaited them at the end of this luminous path? Would they discover the strength they had never believed was possible? The divine energy crackled all around them, whispering secrets of hope they had yet to uncover. As the villagers stepped onto the luminous path, the air vibrated with an enchanting melody, a song of creation. Each footfall resonated, echoing their determination, as if the earth itself rejoiced in their courage. They could feel new energy coursing through them, a divine current that united them in a pursuit both sacred and transformative. Sarah led the charge, her heart racing like a wild drum. The light glimmered with reflections of colors unseen, illuminating their faces, revealing the anticipation that shone in their eyes. She turned back to her friends, her voice steady. "Do not shy away from the challenges ahead. Each moment can teach us. We can carry each other through the darkness." David nodded, spurred by her zeal. "Yes. With every step, let's remember we are not alone. We're woven together like a tapestry, each thread bringing color to the whole." Their footsteps blended into an offering, a symphony powered by hope. It was a reminder. Their journey wasn't solely for Daniel, but for the awakening of each soul present. The path twisted onward, revealing shadows and light in equal measure. Then suddenly, the melody faded, and the villagers found themselves at a crossroads. Two paths spreading out before them. One shimmered with dazzling light, the other cloaked in soft shadows. Fear whispered at the edges of their hearts, but there was also a surge of curiosity. "Which way shall we go?" a villager whispered, casting nervous glances along both paths. "Look with your hearts," Sarah encouraged, embodying the bravery she felt inside. "Trust that we will know the right path by what serves our souls." Indeed, as they stood there, Sarah began to feel a pull toward the shadowy path, something stirring within her spirit, calling her deeper into the unknown. Father Thomas stepped forward, his brow furrowed, yet his voice remained resolute. "Fear is only an illusion, my friends. To grow, we must sometimes walk into darkness. It is there that the light within us shines brightest." A moment of silence stretched among them as they took in his words. Hesitation collided with resolve. Finally, it was David who exclaimed, "Then let's explore both paths, together. Wherever fear beckons, we can light the way." Discussions erupted amongst the villagers, a comforting chorus of agreement rising like an anthem. Hands gripped tighter, and with collective breaths, they chose their direction. The path unfurled before them, revealing a narrow way shrouded in soft shadows. Enigmatic whispers danced through the air, carrying stories of both triumph and despair. It felt strange, yet exhilarating. Suddenly, as if sensing their anxiousness, the light overhead pulsed, pouring warm illumination along the path. Sarah felt a gentle nudge, instinctively reaching out to touch the cool bark of a tree. Vibrations surged through her fingertips, grounding her spirit deeper into the mission. "Can you feel it?" she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Everyone nodded, awe swelling within their hearts. Each touch of the trees, the rich earth beneath them, stirred something ancient and vital, awakening a realization that this journey was as much about their inner growth as it was for Daniel. As they walked deeper into the shadows, thoughts of what healing might lie ahead blossomed with each sacred whisper they encountered. What lessons awaited them in the quietness? Could they hold the fear and let love be their guide? A sudden rustle in the nearby bushes startled them. They turned in unison, tension stretching taut in the air. What could be lurking in the shadows waiting to test their faith? Would they stand together in the face of uncertainty, as they had vowed? In the growing twilight, their resolution was their armor. Each heartbeat called out, vibrating with fervor as they pressed on, knowing something magnificent was unfolding. What awaited them just ahead? And was the raw energy in the air a harbinger of challenges to come, or blessings beyond their understanding? The rustle grew closer, and every villager held their breath, an electric anticipation hanging in the air. Their hearts beat as one, echoing a prayer for courage as they prepared for whatever lay ahead. Shadows danced around them, swirling in the dim light. "Stay close," urged Sarah, her voice unwavering. They clustered together like stars in a constellation, a point of light against the looming darkness. A soft gray rabbit emerged from the bushes, pausing momentarily to regard them with curious eyes. Relief and laughter erupted, cutting through the tension. A reminder of innocence, of the gentle wonders nestled even in veils of uncertainty. "Even amidst darkness, life persists," Sarah murmured, her heart warming with the sight. As they continued their journey, the shadows seemed to whisper secrets, murmuring words of wisdom. Each step felt heavier, yet lighter, as if they were shedding burdens but also exploring deeper truths. Their breaths synchronized, a spiritual rhythm, a promise to each other and to God. "What if we're meant to face our fears and find our purpose here?" David suggested, his voice carrying an inquisitive tone. "These shadows might be revealing something profound." Father Thomas nodded, his eyes focused on the path ahead. "Indeed, the shadows are part of our journey. By confronting what frightens us, we open ourselves to healing we never envisioned. The light comes through embracing the dark." Sarah took a deep breath, allowing the comforting presence of her friends to anchor her. "Then let's honor this gift. Every fear can be met with a step toward understanding." As they walked, Sarah's senses heightened. She could hear the gentle rustling of leaves, the comforting sigh of the breeze, and even the distant heartbeat of the earth. Each sound felt like a conversation, inviting them to share in the sacred poetic nature of creation. Then suddenly they found themselves before a clearing. Moonlight spilled elegantly across the space, illuminating a glistening pool in the center. The water shimmered, reflecting their faces back at them, yet something deeper shimmered within. A light of possibility, a promise of revelations waiting to be unfolded. "Ode to life," whispered a voice from the pool, sending ripples across the surface. It felt alive, resonating with a force that both excited and intimidated them. "What is this place?" one villager asked, stepping closer in awe. "This is a threshold," Father Thomas revealed, eyes wide with understanding. "A moment of divine connection. Here we can see ourselves not just as we are, but as we are meant to be." Encouraged, each member approached the pool, feeling the pull of its energy. As they gazed into its depths, visions flickered to life. A tapestry of stories intertwined with love, loss, and transformation, each thread woven with purpose. Sarah pressed her hands to the cool surface. "What do we have to learn?" Time seemed to pause as the water's surface began to shimmer brighter, offering visions of what could be. Questions sparked in their minds, fears, dreams, and truths about their hearts. Each vision held the potential to unlock their deepest understanding. A collective gasp bridged the space between them as they drew closer, ready to embark on a journey of revelations. The air around them thickened with anticipation, thick enough to taste, electric with the scent of something magnificent preparing to emerge. What wisdom awaited in the reflections of the water? Would they dare to listen to the deep calling within it? As the ripples circled, they each felt a stir of destiny whispering through their souls. Could their hearts align with the very essence of what was meant to be? As they stood before the shimmering water, a silence enveloped them, thick and sacred. The moon cast its glow, transforming the pool into a mirror of possibility. Each villager felt a gentle tug at their hearts as if an unseen hand beckoned them closer. "Can you feel it?" whispered David, his eyes wide with wonder. "It's as if the pool knows us." Indeed, the whispering water seemed to breathe in rhythm with their thoughts, inviting them to plunge into their innermost selves. Sarah, feeling both fear and excitement, closed her eyes. "What if we see our fears, our doubts? That can't be easy," she murmured. "It's not about comfort, darling," Father Thomas replied softly. "It's about truth. Authenticity can be uncomfortable." They exchanged glances, unspoken resolve connecting them. It was time to step into the unknown. One by one, they dipped their hands into the cool water, the chill awakening a sensation of clarity. As they touched the surface, ripples spread outward, reframing the reflections within. Suddenly, vivid images flared up. Sarah saw herself surrounded by light, hands raised in praise, her heart overflowing with joy. Yet shadowed whispers tugged at her mind, the doubts creeping in, echoing the soft voices that once held her back. Father Thomas saw a younger version of himself, trembling in front of a congregation unable to find the words. Yet, in that image, he witnessed the moment when confidence lit his heart, pushing him to embrace his calling. As the visions played across the water, gasps of realization filled the air. Each of them confronted their own doubts, stripped bare before the truth. They were all shown not just their beauty but also their struggles, their fears, those very fears they had thought would bury them. "I'm meant to guide," David exclaimed, eyes wide, realization striking him like a bolt of lightning. But I allowed insecurity to anchor me. Recognition washed over the group like a cleansing wave. "You're meant to be a beacon, David," Sarah affirmed. "Just like we all are." The visions expanded, each one revealing interwoven paths of potential. Threads of purpose connected them, illuminating not just their individual destinies but also how those destinies intertwined. They glimpsed future moments of hope, compassion, and service, painting a picture of community built on love and resilience. "Imagine," Father Thomas said, a smile breaking across his face. "Uniting those very stories, bringing forth a movement of faith that could impact so many." As the visions began to fade, leaving echoes of understanding in their minds, Sarah felt a warmth in her heart. "We need to share this," she urged, her voice filled with a fervent hope. "These truths aren't just for us, they're for our village." Each member nodded in agreement, the atmosphere thick with the sacred weight of their shared purpose. They leaned against one another, their spirits lifted like branches reaching toward the heavens. But then, a ripple surged through the pool, drawing their attention once more. A last lingering vision flourished, a reminder of obstacles that lay ahead, shadows that sought to obscure their light. "What do we do now?" David's voice trembled slightly, tinged with both anticipation and uncertainty. They paused, realizing that while revelations had begun, the journey was far from over. Would they gather the strength to face those shadows and fulfill their purpose? The answer lingered, just beyond the veil of the water, shimmering with promise. What awaited them on this path of faith? Would they muster the courage to move forward, surrendering themselves to God's design and confronting the darkness together? The air crackled with anticipation as reality shifted, inviting them deeper into their divine destiny. The night deepened, the moon standing sentinel as they gathered their thoughts. Each heart was a drum, beating in sync with both fear and faith. The water shimmered, stirring with purpose, as if waiting for their collective answer. "What do you see when you look into the water?" Father Thomas asked, breaking the hush that settled over them. The question hung in the air, heavy with possibility. David's brow furrowed as he pondered. "I see the fears we carry wrapped in shadows. Like anchors, they weigh us down." A solemn nod from Sarah, her gaze lost in the depths of the pool. "But are they truly as powerful as we believe?" she wondered aloud. "It depends on whether we let them control us," Father Thomas replied with conviction. This is the moment to reclaim our power. What we witnessed can guide us, not trap us. As the words settled, the villagers felt a shift. Light flickered within their hearts, illuminating walls they had built over years. Each unspoken thought floated to the surface like seeds, ready to take root. What if we chose to see the shadows as teachers? Sarah suggested, her voice steadier now. What if they show us how to shine even brighter? That's it, David exclaimed, a spark igniting in his soul. If we face our fears, we free ourselves, and in doing that, we become messengers of hope for others. The energy around them shifted again, growing warmer, as if the moon itself smiled down at them. Each villager felt the divine presence wrapping around them, assuring them of support in their upcoming trials. God has led us here, Father Thomas said, his eyes shining with fervor. We are not alone. We carry a message. And it is not just words. It is the essence of our struggles and our triumphs. Let that be our core. The rippling pool seemed to echo his sentiment, its surface aglow. They could sense the spirits of their ancestors, saints who had weathered storms, guiding them with whispered wisdom. What began as a fearful venture was becoming a sacred call to action. I know it in my bones, Sarah stated, her heart racing. If we share our stories, if we let others know they're not alone, we can inspire strength in our village. A healing movement, David added excitedly. We could gather everyone, share our visions, and confront the dark together. If we stand as a united front, nothing can extinguish our light. The group whispered affirmations, each revelation binding them closer. In their hearts they recognized the path was both daunting and divine. The shadows they had seen were not merely obstacles, they were challenges lined with golden opportunities for growth. As they prepared to leave the waterside, a sudden breeze rustled the trees, bringing with it the scent of jasmine, fresh, fragrant, and reminiscent of renewal. Let's make a pact, Father Thomas said firmly. Let's return to this space and commit ourselves to the work God has outlined. Single-minded, we can move mountains. Silence followed, sacred and vibrating. Each villager understood the importance of the vow they were about to make. They joined hands, hearts beating as one, and bowed their heads in reverence. As they lifted their heads, a sudden flash of light danced at the water's edge. The pool erupted into a cascade of swirling colors, bathing them in bright hues. The visions emerged once more, revealing not only their trials, but the brilliant paths emerging from them. But, as the images coalesced into clarity, a chilling shadow cut through the brilliant display, blocking their view of the next step. What does it mean? David whispered, anxiety creeping into his tone. Fear was back, palpable and consuming. They stared spellbound as darkness loomed over the once warm pool, shrouding the vibrant colors in a foreboding veil. God's plan isn't always clear, Father Thomas replied, mirroring their worry but grounding them in faith. But we will stand together. We've seen the truth. We just need the courage to push through. And so, armed with newfound determination but overshadowed by the unknown, they turned to face the path ahead. How would they fight the encroaching darkness? What awaited them on this sacred journey? The air crackled with urgency, teasing them with divine insight, waiting for their next step. The dawn broke softly over Westbury, casting golden light through the mist that hovered gently on the village. It was a new beginning. Each villager emerged with a sense of purpose painted on their faces, emboldened by the collective promise of healing and transformation. As they gathered once more around the ancient oak, Sarah felt the warmth of a shared bond enveloping her heart. The time has come, Father Thomas declared, his voice steady like the roots of the tree itself. Today we embrace the divine mission set before us. The villagers stood together, hands entwined, a circle of strength and love. Sarah cast her gaze upon them, her heart swelling with gratitude for their unity. Today was not merely another day. It was an opportunity for healing, a call to manifest the miraculous truths they had glimpsed. Each one of us carries a flicker of divine purpose, Sarah spoke, her voice rising with fervor. Let us share our light with Daniel. Let our faith reach him where he is, and call forth the miracle we believe in. A chorus of amens erupted, vibrating through the very air, resonating with the faith lodged deep within their souls. It sent a wave of warmth across the group. Bracing against the flickering breeze, they began to pray, their gathered intentions forming an unbreakable bond heading toward Daniel. Lord, we send our love. We invite healing. Father Thomas led, his arms outstretched, embodying the spirit that sparked inside each heart. Let faith rise and converge upon those in need, especially dear Daniel, who is fighting on. As their voices soared, the air thrummed with energy, each word laced with belief. The leaves of the oak rustled above them like gentle whispers from the heavens. The divine connection wrapped around them, wrapping Daniel in a cocoon of love and hope. Suddenly, the very ground beneath their feet pulsed back at them, a dazzling energy flowing upward, filling the villagers with assurance. A light danced above, flickering in synchrony to their prayers. Gasps of awe filled the air as the hoop of illumination grew brighter, encircling and uplifting them. "Can you see it? This is the manifestation of our faith," Sarah exclaimed, overwhelmed by the sight. Their connection felt as real as the air they breathed, a divine exchange of love slicing through doubt. In that transcendent moment, the light transformed, coalescing into brilliant orbs that floated among them. Each villager reached out, feeling the pulsating warmth brush their fingertips. "This is our call to action," yelled David, his excitement bubbling to the surface. "We are the vessels through which miracles flow." Drawing courage, they began to share their dreams and hopes out loud, a symphony of wishes woven together. "Let us show the world what faith can do. Each story, each miracle is part of a greater whole," Sarah cried, her eyes sparkling. The energy surged, urging them to embrace their collective strength. "Let us hold a gathering, a festival of faith," Miriam suggested, her heart racing. "One where our community can come forth, showing what love can accomplish." "Yes, and we'll invite everyone, every soul who has ever felt lost," exclaimed David, his enthusiasm contagious. Around the oak, a plan began to take shape, each villager contributing their gifts and talents. They envisioned a day of celebration, a festival that would showcase the power of love, community, and faith. "It will be called the Day of Healing," Father Thomas declared, his voice booming with wisdom, "and we'll let it echo far beyond these hills." With each passing moment, excitement crackled as they prepared to ignite their sacred mission. The villagers felt a rush of strength, a life force that pulsed with divine backing, calling them to action. As the sun rose higher in the sky, illuminating their faces with divine warmth, a moment of sacred silence enveloped them. A pause filled with expectancy. "Let us not fear what lies ahead," Sarah encouraged, sensing the shadows of doubt lingering at the edge of their hearts. "Together, we shall rise above it all. We carry the light." They held hands tighter and bowed their heads, allowing the surge of love to wash over them. "Lord, bless our efforts, our festival, and grant healing, not just to Daniel, but to all who gather," they prayed in unison. As their voices soared to the heavens, the radiant light above pulsated with brilliant colors, revealing blessings yet to unfold. They envisioned not just healing for Daniel, but healing for each heart, each story, each soul nestled within the vibrant tapestry of their community. It was time. The promise of the festival flooded them with purpose. As they turned to walk back toward the heart of Westbury, a sense of urgency and joy filled their spirits. They would become the embodiment of those miraculous truths. One step at a time, hand in hand with hearts ablaze in faith, they would illuminate the path toward healing. The memory of Daniel bound with them as tightly as their own hope. And as they walked, certainty replaced doubt, the clarity of purpose paving the way ahead. The sacred journey had only just begun, but their collective faith would shine, lighting the way for Daniel and for all in need. Embrace your divine purpose. The journey toward miracles, healing, and community has begun. Do you feel it? The urgency calls. Subscribe immediately to our channel so you do not miss the next exclusive faith stories that uplift your spirit. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and help spread this powerful message of healing and hope. Comment your reactions and testimonies about this incredible conclusion. Your words are seeds of inspiration. And don't wait even one more second to share this video instantly with at least 5 friends who need to witness this divine manifestation. Only true servants of God understand the importance of supporting our mission through these actions. Together, let's illuminate the world.